So I'd like to welcome everyone here today. I'm Trinity Scott, the Department Head for Transportation Management Services, and I'm going to serve as your Master of Ceremonies today. And we're going to start with the National Anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Jerry Van Heck from the E.T. Bryson Detachment number 063 Marine Corps League, also known as the Bayshore Raiders. So if you will please stand for our National Anthem and our Pledge of Allegiance. They're going to play the National Anthem.
Trinity made the mistake of, oops, sorry. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Trinity made the mistake of letting me stand in front of this microphone, so it's her fault. I just want to tell you a little bit. We have been doing road cleanup we started when it was Kelly Road. We've been doing this for over 30 years. And a personal note, the first time I saw Kelly Road was 1971. My in-laws lived in the Moorhead Manor over there. And I'm pretty sure that the reason why we were given Kelly Road to clean up was nobody else would do it but the Marines. Simplify.
Well, once again, welcome everyone. We appreciate having you all on this beautiful day. And I've made a comment to a few of you. I've been the Master of Ceremonies for quite a few ribbon cuttings, and I don't think that I have had a turnout like this. So a big applause to the community members who are here. Today, we're happy to have Commissioner Rick LaCastro, District 1, with us, as well as Commissioner Dan Kowal, District 4, which is the commission district that we're currently in. Commissioner Kowal will be speaking in a moment. It's also a pleasure to have Maurice Gutierrez from the Bayshore Gateway Triangle Local Redevelopment Advisory Board, if that's not a mouthful, and also the Bayshore Municipal Services Taxing Unit Advisory Committee with us. They'll be speaking with you shortly. I would also like to recognize Ed Finn, our Deputy County Manager, as well as our Department Head for Growth Management and Community Development, Jamie French. Today we gather to celebrate an important milestone for our community, the ribbon cutting of the newly constructed connection from Bayshore to Sugden Park. This moment has been a long time in the making, since its inception in 2000. Yes, 2000, not 20-something, 2000. The Bayshore Gateway Triangle Redevelopment Master Plan envisioned a pedestrian connection to Sugden Park. A pathway designed not just to link the two locations, but to bring people, neighborhoods, and opportunities together. Over the years, the details have evolved, plans have shifted, partnerships changed, conversations continued though. And in 2021, the CRA leadership made a renewed commitment to bring this community vision to fruition. Today, 5 years later, we stand at the finish line. While the journey may not have moved as quickly as some of us would have liked, progress is rarely defined by speed alone. That's my transportation pun of the day. It's defined by persistence, collaboration, and shared purpose, and that's exactly what brought us here today. This achievement is the result of strong leadership and unwavering support from the Board of County Commissioners acting as the Community Redevelopment Agency. It reflects the dedication of our county team and the outstanding work of our partners. This connection is more than concrete and landscaping. It represents access. It represents walkability. It represents investment and quality of life. And most importantly, it represents what we can accomplish when we work together with patience and determination. In just a moment, our project manager, Tammy Scott, no relation, will be telling you more about this new boardwalk. But once again, let me thank you for joining us today. And now I'm going to step back and have Collier County Board of County Commissioner Chairman, District 4 Commissioner Dan Kowal speak.
Thank you, Trinity. Well, me and Commissioner LaCastro on Tuesday, the last meeting, our last agenda item was to order good weather for this morning, and it was passed 5-0. So just let you know that you can thank him also. He was one-fifth of that vote. But no, you couldn't ask for a better day, and this is my pleasure to be here before such a wonderful crowd that was singing the national anthem behind me, and I can hear it, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And that kind of shows, the spirit of the people in this community, what they stand for. And, like Trinity said, this thing started, 26 years ago? And it was a lot of the community people that really pushed it because, they went up and they live on streets here along Bayshore, like Lunar and stuff, that you could literally see Sugden Park from their homes. But you would have to traverse through Kelly Creek, through the woods a little to get there. Well, to get there without getting soaking wet and bitten by a rattlesnake, you could take Bayshore to Thomason all the way up, and it's about a 2-mile trek. So they had this vision of being able to walk from their neighborhood over to the park to enjoy it. And I believe around 2006 or so, some people attended some of the MSTU Advisory Committee board meetings and spoke about it. And then that kind of rolled into the CRA eventually around 2008, started acquiring this property here, piecing it together, about 17 acres of property, I believe, that make up this footprint that we're at today. And fast forward again, I got elected to the Board of County Commissioners in 2022, which I can't believe is almost 4 years gone by. This was one of the first things. I went to the first CRA meeting, and it was one of the first things I heard being discussed. And we were still kind of talking about, is it going to be along Jeepers? Is it going to be here? Is it going to be there? And then I found out it's been going on for 20 years, and I'm like, 20 years? What are we waiting for? So we fast-tracked it, got it before the Board of County Commissioners, and by help of, all the people make it up, like Maurice, Alan, Mike, Sam, Steve, Shirley. Everybody who was involved in it pushed it and, believed in it. And we had the board saw the vision, the board passed it, and then lo and behold, in exactly, everybody know what today's date is? Anybody know today's date? Guess when we had the groundbreaking? Same day last year. So groundbreaking, exactly 1 year, we're cutting the ribbon. So I think that's pretty impressive. And that's because of all the people standing around here that work, tirelessly to do it and make it come to this fruition, become to a reality. So it's here. I think this is definitely going to re-energize Sugden Park in a way, because I think that's such a beautiful footprint over there in our community. It's, with the lake and the trail around it and the little beach and the wonderful playground and the picnic areas. I think it's underutilized. And I think this will definitely connect the neighborhood to that park and vice versa. I think people could utilize, we have such a big parking footprint over there, that want to utilize go have coffee on Bayshore. They could park over there, take a nice nature walk along the way, and then come up here, have a nice coffee or something at one of our beautiful little shops that popped up here on Bayshore. Going back to what our fine Marines were saying, they started cleaning this place up when it was Kelly Road. Well, my prior life, I cleaned it up a little bit too, in a different way. I spent 10 years with a beard and a dirty shirt and a hat and chasing people on bicycles because they were doing bad things on this street. I was out there, yeah. But it's just amazing from what it was 20 years ago when I was out here working for the sheriff's office and what we were doing with the community policing officers and our strategic enforcement team. You guys should be proud. This is such a wonderful place now, and it's going nowhere but up. It is. So well, I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm stumbling through my words enough, but enjoy this. I know I'm going to. There's more good things to come. I think this is actually going to ignite some people to take interest, especially in the remaining parts of these parcels out here the county owns. So thank you, everyone. Give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you, Commissioner. And now I'd like to welcome Maurice Gutierrez, our Community Redevelopment Agency Advisory Board and Bayshore Beautification MSTU Advisory Chairman.
Thank you all. Wow, what a turnout. The difference between a dream and a vision is focus. As I focus and see neighbors, former board members, thank you for supporting our vision and something I could never have imagined would turn out the way this is. I'd be wrong not to mention our hero, Bill Neal, who really had this vision and shared it with us. And without the support of everybody here, all the workshops, all the headaches, this is how you make a vision come true, truly transformative for Bayshore. I volunteered 20 years ago, and I took the liberty to dye my hair gray so that you could tell I've been here for a while. But I'll tell you, those who think about volunteering, do it. It's very rewarding. And the best part about it as a volunteer is you can't get fired, no matter what, because you volunteer. So never stop to think you can't help your community. I never envisioned that I would be here. A quick historical moment when the MSTU was first formed. I've never, ever written a letter to the editor. I wrote a letter to the editor that, well, I guess maybe if I joined the board, I can pick the color of the benches it would take for those homeless people that we used to have on Kelly Road to sleep on. Little did I know that would more than change my life, and I'm very lucky to be here. But again, if it wasn't for the support of the community, former board members, our staff, oh my God, Tammy, Shirley, the directors we've been through have been so supportive. But our commissioners, thank God, our vision was at least shared long enough for them to focus on the fact that we were right, and this is what our community and our neighbors deserve. And thank you all for the support all these years and coming to our really boring meetings, sitting through them and sharing your comments at the end. I'm so proud that this is now reality and will be here forever. Thank you again for your support and for our commissioner supporting our vision as well.
And now I would like to welcome Tammy Scott, the project manager for this project.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. I'm still a little in shock that we got this done, and we finished last night around 7:30. So, boy, what a journey and what an adventure this has been. As we mentioned, I've been at this for 5 years, and people wonder, well, what does it take so long? But it's just a process. There's the county approval process. There's the hiring a design engineer. There's creating the construction documents. There's building permits. Just to give you an idea of some of the hoops we've had to go through, we had Army Corps of Engineering approval. We had DEP, Department of Environmental Protection approval. We had SWIFMUD approval, Southwest Florida Management approval. We had GMD approval for a site development plan and also for a site improvement plan over at Sugden Park. We had the construction documents that needed approval. We had to go out to bid for the project, to hire a contractor. For this project, we got four bids on this contract, with the lowest bidder being $3,374,000, up to $7 million out of the four. So we selected Infinite Construction, who's here today, did an incredible job for us. They're a small outfit out of Fort Myers. It's Paul and his wife, Billian, and they have two small crews. And I'm convinced the reason you got such great value for money on this project is that they self-performed most of the project themselves. So they did the framing, they did the sidewalks, they did everything. And you really got great value for money. They were here every single day, all day, and really did a super job. And I'd like to say too that, like I said, we finished last night. Their completion date was yesterday, so we finished substantial completion, final completion yesterday, substantial completion 30 days prior to that. We are currently $11,195 under budget. So that may change. We haven't reconciled all our bills, but we'll be very close. And again, what they've done here for the $3,300,000 is incredible. I want to also include some of the other folks that are really instrumental for this project. It wasn't just me who took 5 years for this. It was also when we originally hired Stantec Engineering. So Kevin has been on this project with me for the last 5 years. We have Kevin, we have Chris, we have Joel, Infinite Construction I mentioned. They're great outfit. We have Johnson Engineering, who helped with the CEI services for this project. And I'll tell you, some people wonder, why to have them, but they were here every day, all day, just making sure things were done right. And they got us out of a couple pickles that, without their experience and, contacts, we wouldn't be standing here today. So, and then I want to also mention Botanical Garden. We've been working with them for several years as well. And Kristen, Brian, Stephen, they came out in mid-January and we did a planting blitz. And they have been cultivating plants and trees for this project for over a couple years. And they put in over 1,000 plants that you'll see out there. And then we had Chris with Native Corkscrew Nursery, who's super passionate about Florida native planting, and and he really convinced us to change some of the planting that we had specified in here to have them Florida native only. And this guy is as passionate as you get. He has a great nursery that's open to the public if anyone wants to visit. Collier County Parks and Rec. I don't know if James is here, but I wanted to thank them as well. That was the first step, is to get them to agree to, to connect to that. And one of my promises to them was that this was not going to be a burden to them, that it would be an asset. And we'll work together and make sure that it's an asset for for their side as well as the Bayshore side. And with that, again, I want to thank everyone for coming up. I want to bring up Kevin and Brian and some of the other folks that I mentioned in that list. And I hope you enjoy it for years to come. I really do. Everybody on this team works so hard. And they don't even live in this neighborhood, so yeah.
Tammy, thank you. I'm Kevin Mangan, Senior Principal and Landscape Architect at Stantec, and it was really a privilege to be able to come and work with the community and provide our expertise in design and engineering and really environmental stewardship, which we hope shows through in this project. The project, as you've heard, is a result of partnership, community engagement, a vision of the communities, and Collier County's leadership, in other words, to carry this vision through. So very much appreciated. And Tammy, again, with the project management that she's provided here, has really been the inspirational leader. And her partnership has been invaluable in the community values and equity that had long been established in terms of the CRA. What I wanted to do really was just introduce a few fun facts about this project. And while it hasn't been noted, and I hope I'm not stealing any of Brian's commentary, if you don't know, this was the original Naples Botanical Garden site. There are neighbors, you've heard of how they've helped. They wish to continue to help here, but ideally what we've been able to pull out of this is a botanical experience, and that these two places really can live in harmony with each other. One of the things we did was we removed approximately 7 acres of dense, thick, exotic vegetation. So that fundamentally, that was the reason you could not see out across the lakes. We've revealed 8 acres of lakes that maybe many didn't know were here. The boardwalk, as you heard, is 1,500 feet, roughly. That replaces a 2+ mile walk from this point right here to get to Sugden Park. Pretty incredible, and a whole different experience, without a doubt. Along the far side of this promenade, you'll see some of the stormwater work that we've done in order to retain stormwater and also treat it for quality. And that plays not only into the creating the volume to do that, but the native plants that are in there. We've replaced, as you've heard, the exotic plants with the predominantly native mix. And really, again, thank you to Corkscrew Natives, the Botanical Garden, and Jim Bixby, resident here on Jeepers, for the native plant contributions and certainly their acumen in doing so. Irrigation water is reuse water. It's not potable. And one of the things we did with much of the forested removal, we actually shared that with the Botanical Garden, but mulched it. And so we've been able to reuse elements of this site in a positive way. It's an ADA accessible, and you'll note when you get out into a couple of the platforms here, there's actually positions in the handrails where the ADA, somebody in a wheelchair, can actually have a better view into the lakes and the environment. Multiple aesthetic patterns, and that really leans into the Bayshore Arts District play. And one of the easiest ones to point to when you're walking this promenade here for the first 500 feet, imagine if you'd just taken a handful of oak leaves and dropped them on the ground. And that's what that is supposed to reflect. The railings in the connective parts of the boardwalk, the boardwalk's 12 feet wide, And what we did was we laid those rails back ever so slightly from vertical so that that 12-foot width was there completely vertically. It was really in recognition of people riding bikes and handlebars going past, trying to be as good as we can to clear that. Interestingly enough, it also helps when you look down. I'm not the tallest guy in the room, and that sort of helps with that too. They take in a little bit more of nature that way. Real effort to dark sky lighting and the handrails on the boardwalks. That boardwalk is lit from underneath those handrails, which is a great way to go. Project allows for future art installations, and again, what you see here is not just a native application of plant material, but habitat restoration. So looking ahead, the plant materials will mature, particularly with our summer ahead of us. You'll see the colors that are planned for in the gardens. And we have in some of the remote areas actually wildflower mixes, seed wildflower mixes. So we hope to see a variety of plantings and a landscape treatment come through. My personal word to you all is enjoy. Yeah, thank you.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Brian Galligan, the VP of the Botanical Gardens Horticulture Department. We've had a great time working on this project. Being neighbors, we pretty much live here too. We probably drive this road, all of our team members, more than you guys do. So we see what happens on Bayshore. We really feel a part of the community. And we're all about plants. Having the opportunity many years ago to think about this project and grow hundreds and hundreds of great trees, extremely high biodiversity of native species. As Kevin mentioned earlier, there's about a dozen different species here. Now there's well over 300 different species, from incredible natives that you won't see anywhere else to great flowering trees like these tababuyas blooming and different crepe myrtles and you name it. This is a great extension of the garden. We want it to feel like an extension of the garden, and everyone's going to come here just to see the biodiversity and the beautiful flowering plants and we're all neighbors, and we want it to feel like that. And this is a great gateway into gardens that we already planted plants in Sugden, all the community parks around as well. So really having this gateway from our wonderful Bayshore Road straight into Sugden is a wonderful, wonderful way the garden could help and the community could help. And we love being a part of it. So thank you.
Hi, we participated in this project, doing some work on it, and I want to thank from bottom of my heart who was involved and did work on this project. Tammy, you rock. You're the best. My guys, the subcontractors, Baga Dave, electrician, Chris with Native. Thank you very much, everybody.
And I would like to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to one-of-a-kind project manager, Tammy Scott. Because to do this project from the very beginning to the very end, it could be very frustrating, it could be very challenging. So with her being by our side, with her guidance and with her help and everything else that she did, we were able to accomplish it, from signing the contract to going, as you know, Collier County is one of the probably biggest municipalities, and they have thousands of people working with hundreds of different departments, and to have a paper sign or to get a permit or something, it could be extremely challenging. So for that, Tammy, I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful to have you on our side. Thank you.
Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for being here with us today. And if I could get my dignitaries, my two commissioners, Mr. Gutierrez and Ms. Scott over, we will do the official ribbon cutting at the promenade.